All right, so it's time for an attack. Oh, they got me. Okay, so the AI just took out my oil rig, so this will get flipped. It's rubble now. I do get a gas can for my troubles. I don't know if I can do much with it, but that's cool. And this will go to the discard. Fortunately, they haven't passed yet, so I can still use these 3 tokens to take out one of their locations. And then what I'm going to take is their brick supplier, since I get 3 bricks for doing it. So bricks are pretty useful to me. I like spending them on stuff. So that's definitely a good choice. Now they've passed, and it's up to me to kind of figure out what I want to do with the rest of my stuff. So one of my big priorities is going to be to develop this location. Let's see if I have anything expensive I might like to build. Not really. Hang on. There's one other really important thing that I want to do, which is I don't really need this Thieves Caravan. It's interactive with other players, which doesn't matter for me. So I'm going to discard this in a brick to get 2 of those gray tokens. I'm going to spit a gas can to get 2 blues. So now that gives us a more realistic sense of what our resources are looking like. Additionally, I should have spent 2 workers to take that card. I keep doing that. But our accounts are right now. Okay, so let's see. I want to develop and I want to build. So let me figure out which cards I want to use for those different things. All right, so I want to use the opportunity to develop to build something expensive, because since development's based on building type and not price, rubble is considered to be any type. So I can just like spend a brick and build this expensive negotiator down here and get a victory point for it, which is good because the AI went up to 14 when they destroyed my building, and now we're 11 to 14, so I'm still making some progress. I also want to do a little bit of wheeling and dealing and a little bit of building. So for deals, for 1 each, I can do a deal for a gun and I can do a deal for some ammo. Ammo is actually great because it is basically like a wild card. So what that means is that I can swap it for any resource that I just feel that I need on a given turn, which is great. So we'll make these deals. We'll spend our tokens. And let's do some building. Building is always good in this game. All right, I'd like to build a clay pit for another brick building. Hopefully, most of these will survive to the end of the game, so it can help me with some scoring. I also want to build, I only have 1. I'm just going to build this scrap metal, even though I'm not really using scrap metal too much. Just because I can. Just adjusting to make sure you guys can see everything. Okay, so that gets spent. Oh yeah, and it was a brick to produce, and a brick. No, I have all these bricks. What am I even doing? Okay, so now that I have all these lovely bricks, I definitely want to put 2 in the Rebel Trader for 2 more points. So now it's 14, 13. I will also spend 1 person to gain 1 at victory point twice. So now I've actually passed the AI and it's 15 to 14. So that is great. That's one of those things where it hopefully marks like a turning point where I was playing catch up, but now I can start starting to pull ahead a little bit here. So now we'll do cleanup. Okay, and it's time to start another round. So we'll flip over our connection cards. Okay, so I have some interesting opportunities this round, we'll see. So now we're gonna draft. So these are the 4 cards that we pulled. I like both the school and the clay pit, but I'm gonna prioritize the clay pit since I've got my brick empire going. And we'll hope that I can pull the school in a second. Okay. All right, awesome. So they got bioweaponry. I'm gonna take this school so I can make some more workers because they're useful. They get a weapon trader, so an action. They're getting all these actions, which is kind of annoying. So now they have quite a few locations, and they get 1 more location off the deck just for their 3rd one. So they got an arena to their production card. So that puts them at how many locations is that? And 11, 12. 12 different locations. So that's going to be 12 victory points they have at the end if I don't keep chipping away at that. But now it's time to produce. So my standard production is I get 3, 1, a gray, a card. Anything good? Parking lot. It's alright, I guess. Okay, and then now let's go from here. I get an ammo, which is basically like a wild, a pistol, a worker, and 3 victory points. Awesome. So it puts me at 18 to their 14 right now. That's good. We're starting to pull ahead here. I get another pistol, another brick, and I get like a gear. I'm not really going to use it for anything, but it's a location, 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 location. All right, so it's time to take some actions. I'm going to start by taking these thugs into my hand. That means that my AI opponent is going to take the merchants. They will get 2 victory points, so now it's 18 to 16. And then it's my turn. I'm going to play those thugs, spending 1 pistol to gain, well, I'll spin over here, to gain 3 tokens. 2, 3. Now it's going to be the AI's turn, and they're going to attack. So attack number 1 is a wrecked tank. Good. Statue of Liberty. They don't hit anything of mine. That is fantastic. And one of the reasons that's fantastic is it gives me finally a chance to get a few more tokens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this pistol, the one I didn't use on the connection card, to get another 2 of these red tokens. So now that I have 5, I can actually take out one of their actions this turn and see what spoils it gives me as goodies. But because I did that, it's now their turn to attack again. So let's see if they hit me. All right, so let's see if they get me. Oh, they did. Okay, so this gas can from the convoy will take out my negotiator. That's unfortunate. I was kind of hoping to use him to pump for some victory points at the end. But that's okay. So he's now rubble. My opponent got a lovely 2 more victory points. So now we are tied 18 to 18. Hopefully that won't matter too much as we go. So now I need to attack them before they pass next turn. So I'm going to go ahead and spend all 5 of these lovely attack tokens. I'm going to decide which of their action cards I want to take out, and I'm going to look at the spoils basically and see which I think is the best. So for them, I chose to destroy their abandoned suburbs. The reason I did that is because it has 3 bricks plus a victory point, which is pretty great. So I get a victory point for that, which helps me pull ahead again already. And 3 more bricks, which as you might have noticed are getting pretty useful for me in this game. So, also I should have spent those on the card again. Oh, okay. So, I don't really want this. I'm going to just discard this in a brick to pull a couple more gray tokens to build with. I am going to develop. Let's see what I want to build on top of this rubble. Let's do a brick for a clay pit. And I also get 1 more point for developing, so now we're 20 to 18, which is great. So again, I can spend a person and a brick to get 2. The rubble trader is really better, but if something happens to him, I'll have other options. Let's see. So now I actually still have these tokens to build with. I do not want to build this yet, because again, I don't want anything to happen to it. I'm going to save it until the game's about to be over, we're getting close. So probably next turn, maybe I'll build it. But for now, I want to use 1 token to build a school. Another school, and I get 2 workers as my bonus. Excellent. I'm going to use my other 2 tokens to just build, let's just build this refinery feature. That's fine. It's not the most exciting, but it's a location, and that means that I score off of it. So that is cool with me. So I will use my 2 tokens here for that. Okay, so let's see what else I'd like to do. I definitely want to spend these bricks, the rubble trader, to give me another 2 points. I'm going to spend my workers to get me another 2 victory points. Okay, so this is really important. I just hit 24 victory points. Once I get to 25, the game's gonna be over. So I don't want to score anymore until next round so I can really go crazy this next round and build my rubble and make sure that I'm at the best position I can be in. So, what else do I want to do? I'm actually just gonna call it quits for this round. There's not anything else I can really do that's gonna be what I want. So we'll do cleanup. And we're gonna have one more round. So let's do all the usuals. We'll flip over our connection cards and we'll draft. So let's see what 4 cards we get. Okay, so I don't really care about these too much. Here's what I'll do. I'm kind of hoping they'll get this so that I can destroy it. So I'll take this. All right, so they'll take the assembly plant action. I'm gonna give them this wreck tank feature so that I can take the parking lot, which isn't, I'll just discard it during this turn probably. And then they get one more, they get a deserted colony. And that is an action. So now they are at 14 locations to my 4, 9, 10. So now I get to produce. So production, I get my usual. I get 3 workers, 1 gray token, 1 brick, 1 card, bioweaponry, okay. I will also get this stuff. So I get 1 sort of wild token, a pistol. I get 3 victory points, which puts me at 27. This is extremely important because that means that after this turn, we're done. Let's see. And then I also get 1 more worker. And then off of this, I get pistol, brick, nothing. This is just a feature. And then I get a worker. This actually should be here. It's been in the wrong place all the time. Sorry. Okay, so my production is done. Okay, and that means it's time to start taking some actions. So I'm gonna grab, this is our last round, I'm gonna grab these punks. They're gonna gain the merchants, but I'm just gonna leave them. They get 2 points. So they're at 20 to my 27. I'm gonna play this to gain 2. And now they're gonna attack me, and let's see what they get. All right, so let's see. No, okay, so let's see which of these would have been considered more important. Okay, so they're gonna take out my school, sadly. So a 3rd school is now rubble. These people really like to attack children. Don't appreciate that. They gain 2 points. The worst news about this though is since they hit on their first try, I'm not gonna have enough actions before they pass to actually be able to take out any of their stuff. So I'm just gonna have to not use any of my pistols or red tokens this turn. So that sucks, but that's okay. We'll deal with it. So what do I want to do instead? I definitely want to develop because developing is good. I'm actually just going to go ahead since I need to build it anyway and it's safe now. I'm going to spin this brick. I'm going to develop this location into a rubble feature, which means that I'm going to get a bonus point at the end to score for each of the bricks in my empire. So that's looking pretty sweet. I get 1 point for doing that development. Okay. You get a point for every building in here, but actually, rather than spend a brick to go for more location building, I'm just going to put it here on the Rebel Trader and get a 29. I'm going to spin these guys to get 2 more for 31. And then I'm going to do this. I'm going to trade. You can trade 2 workers in for any resource. I'm going to take a brick. Yeah, that's a good idea. So I'm going to spend 1 worker and 1 brick to get another 2 victory points for 33. Wait, no, even better. Nix that. Back to 31. So this ammo is wild. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to treat this like a brick. I'm going to play it here. 1 worker and 2 bricks to get 3 victory points for 34. So, I don't think I can do anything else. That means that the round will end here, and now it's time to count up the final score. All right, so I've cleaned everything up so you can see what I've got. Okay, so on the scoreboard, I ended the game with 34 victory points. I'm also going to get 1 point for each of my locations. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That gives me a total of 44 victory points. Plus, I have this rubble, which gives me a 1 extra victory point for each brick in my state, max 5. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is another 5 victory points for 49. I also have a building bonus of 1 victory point for each gas can in my state. So it's just 1 more for straight up 50. Now it's time to count up what the AI has. So the AI ended the game with a total of 22 victory points, but that is before we add in their locations. So we need to count those up and see what it does for us. So they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 locations. And if you add that to their 22, that brings them to a total score of 36. So that puts us at 49 to 36. We've been successful at 51st state. Thanks for watching.